Hey folks, and welcome back to the channel. So what I'm doing today is a little different, and I'm going to go over this Argentina 20 billion, actually it's 40 billion deal that Trump has struck with Javier Milei from Argentina. There's been a lot of misinformation on social media about this, so I thought I'd just do it in a very simple, actually a really dumbed down version of how to look this stuff up. For those that, so you can combat those that are too lazy to do it themselves and rely on headline hunting and, just social media rhetoric. All right. So we're going to break this down real simple and really fast. So basically, Trump has done a currency exchange, not a loan, not a full loan, but a currency exchange for the first 20 billion. So Javier Milei just went through an election. Okay. But prior to that is when this deal was struck. And what happened is Argentina uses two types of currency, the US dollar and the Argentina peso. So when they rely too heavily on the dollar, the peso tends to just crash. All right. And that's exactly what was happening. So they needed a bailout. And Trump, the US being an ally to Argentina, Trump has stepped in and they did a currency exchange, 20 billion American dollars for 20 billion Argentina pesos. So just as it happened to be, it was a brilliant move because Javier Milei did extremely well in the elections, won by a landslide, and the peso shot through the roof. So basically, our 20 billion netted an additional $2 billion worth of revenue for the United States. So that's exactly what's going on. But how did we get that 20 billion to Argentina, that first 20 billion? So we use something called the Exchange Stabilization Fund. All right, this has been used many, many times. It states right here, it started in 1934 and has been used many times over the decades. All right, and this is exactly what it's for, is to stabilize foreign currencies with our dollars. All right, so when was the last time this was used? Well, for foreign money, it was used in March of 2011 to stabilize the Japanese yen, which was an extreme success. It was coordinated by the G7, but it was a success and helped them out. Every single time we have used the ESF, it has always gone in the U.S.'s favor, every time. And that was quoted by Secretary of the Treasury Scott Bessent. Okay, so that's the last time it was used. So who's paying for the additional 20 billion, right? So we lent them the first 20 billion, which already paid dividends. So the second 20 billion is private entities, right? An additional 20 billion is being financed by a combination of private banks and sovereign wealth funds. How's that getting paid back? Well, I did a simple, how is Argentina going to pay the loan back to the U.S.? Argentina will repay the loan to the U.S. through a combination of currency swap, which they've already done, and a separate lending facility, with repayment being a key part of the deal. The swap involves exchanging pesos for dollars, with Argentina agreeing to return the dollars later with interest. All right, so that's in a nutshell what's going on. All right, so everybody wants to think that during this hardship that this country is going through right now, that we just gave away money to Argentina, and that isn't the case at all. All right, so this is a little bit more in depth of what they think it is. And we should be happy to help Argentina out because they are a big ally of ours. There's a lot to do with China involved with Argentina that comes into play, but that's another simple search that you can make to really be informed on what's happening here. And that's basically it. So if you like this type of format, certainly subscribe. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you'd like to see or hear, or a different way of doing it. And let me know what I could do better. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.